I'm not talking about Kingdom Hearts this time. We won't do it. E3 2018 has been in full swing, and Sunday there were three big conferences: Square Enix, Ubisoft, and the PlayStation conference. I'm going to talk about the Square Enix and the Ubisoft today. So Square Enix, despite being one of my favorite developers, kind of phoned it in. They just came on with a couple recording talks, said, "This is what we're going to introduce," or "This is the game I'm introducing." That happened like once, and then they just played pre-rendered trailers. There was a little bit of gameplay for Tomb Raider, which made Lara Croft look like a terrifying predator, and I mean, it was really cool. It was like she stealth killed some dudes and threw some bombs and like roped somebody up and hung them from a tree, which was badass. But it kind of made me miss the old Tomb Raider of just ridiculous jumping and flipping and shooting dinosaurs. But that's what we want in Tomb Raider apparently, so that's what we're gonna do in Tomb Raider. See, there's a new patch for Final Fantasy XIV Online, Under the Moonlight, and in the same vein there's going to be a Final Fantasy XIV cross with Monster Hunter World, which, I mean, cool. I don't know if there's really enough difference between fighting big monsters in Monster Hunter and fighting big monsters in Final Fantasy to warrant a crossover, but okay. Another trailer with more explanation for the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit, the new game from Don't Nod, which is going to lead into Life is Strange 2. A nice trailer for Dragon Quest XI, and some content for, what was it, Brave Exodus, the mobile game of Dragon Quest. It was a really dark and mysterious looking trailer, which gave off a Dark Souls vibe, just kind of showed a couple scenes with some dates from whatever in-game calendar they were using. Some guy on his knees was about to get killed as some big dude in armor swung down this massive sword at him, and then energy bits came out of the guy on his knees. He ripped off his arm, sword still in hand, and cut that dude in half. And then it just threw up a title and a logo of Babylon's Fall by Platinum Games, come out sometime in 2019. It looked cool, and Platinum Games makes amazing combat, so I can't wait to see more from that. That should be really interesting. Game Octopath Traveler is going to come out. I think it said it was going to come out on the Switch. I really don't know anything about Octopath Traveler, forgive my ignorance. The one game we did hear the most about during the Square Enix conference was Just Cause 4. They talked really in depth about the new physics and the better handling on the cars and the motorcycles and the jet skis and planes and all that. They had cool new weather, so it'd be like cool lightning storms, and they showed this giant F-off tornado going through and blizzards, and how that would also destroy stuff, and you'd have to interact with it and figure out what the heck you were doing. They talked about how big their world was, the largest one they've ever made, constantly finding new stuff. All the enemies have better AI, and each enemy type has better attack patterns. They're an individual thing that you have to try to figure out what to do around, so it should be more fun, more challenge. Customizable grapple gun for Rico, because tethering things together and watching them explode is endless fun. I talked about the new Apex engine they were using for it, and gave a release date of December 12, 2018. So just in time for pre-Christmas. And then there was a really short trailer for a new third-person beat-em-up called The Quiet Man, where the protagonist was deaf, which, I mean, we don't have deaf protagonists in games. At least I don't think so. If we have previous deaf protagonists in games, let me know. Alright, so then the Ubisoft conference happened, and that was much more of an E3 conference. There were actually live people coming out talking about the games that the lead developers or the lead designers came out before, after, or both, and explained bits on their game. There was the obligatory, obnoxious Just Dance, because, I don't know, gamers, 10-year-old kids are still buying Just Dance, whatever. Really long kick-ass looking trailer for Beyond Good and Evil 2, which was just a pre-rendered trailer, and the developers came out and said, we want you to help us submit your art ideas and your music ideas and this, that, and the other thing through this Space Monkey program. So if you want to try to get something in Beyond Good and Evil 2, Google the Space Monkey program and submit your stuff. Let's see, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. Their real big selling point was that they wanted to continue the game for quite a while after release, and there'd be raids on a regular basis and more shooting. A new Trials game, Trials Rising, which is awesome timing considering Trials Fusion is on PS Plus and I'm playing through some of it right now. Mario plus Rabbids. No, I honestly don't care about Mario plus Rabbids. It's got Donkey Kong in it now. I don't care. Skull and Bones, a new pirate game. There should always be pirate games. Pirate games are great. Ship combat is great. Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag proved that. I guess it's supposed to take places like piracy is falling down because the East India Trading Company is kind of destroying the pirates. So you move to the Indian Ocean where they're not there, but they should be. I don't know. But you have to hunt down treasure and grow your ship and your crew and your pirate empire and fight the good guys. And there was a really confusing tagline of "Piracy is dead, long live piracy." Conflicting message, but whatever. Another cartoony game had a very Saturday morning cartoon feel to it. It's called Starlink. Spaceship fighting giant robots, evil dude. It was a Saturday morning cartoon. I fell out with it as soon as they showed an actual freaking plastic spaceship sitting on top of your controller, you adding bits, and the bits you add to it appear in the game. I don't want gimmicky crap. I don't need more peripherals, and I never play a game with my controller level. So if that's crucial or if it's gonna fall off, I'd be screwed. A new Star Fox. I didn't even know people still cared about Star Fox other than nostalgia. Alright. Stuff about Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know. They're continuing, they're adding more stuff to Rainbow Six Siege. Transference. A first-person psychological horror type thing, which you can play normally, or you can play in VR. But the real kicker was, it was basically an FMV game. FMV games are like the bane of gaming's past that we've all tried to forget. And now they're bringing up, who knows, maybe better acting in VR will be the thing to save FMV games. More stuff in For Honor. The Crew 2 is coming out soon, the open beta. You can get in on June 21st before the game comes out. That will be awesome. Race around in all those different things and fly and boat and easily switch between each one. That'll be awesome. And then a new Assassin's Creed game, which I take issue with because it's set in ancient Greece, which is fine, but it takes place before Origins, before the Assassin's Order is founded, away from a different country. You're not an assassin, you're a mercenary from Sparta. You have big ship combat bits, you have big skirmishes, actual battlefield, territory control kind of thing, take over. And it's not Assassin's Creed if you're not an assassin. They wanted to make a cool game, couldn't think of a title, stuck the Assassin's Creed label on it, and now a bunch of people are going to buy it. Because it's an Assassin's Creed game, but it's not. I don't know. Ubisoft has kind of beat that series into the ground, and and I don't know. I think it's dead. But they keep reviving the bugger. That was just a quick run of the games that were announced from Square Enix and Ubisoft on E3 2018. As I said, PlayStation had their announcement, but I'll do a separate video on PlayStation and Microsoft. Alright, so if you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. If you want to hear more about a specific game or you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to stop back for more on Classic Scotch Gaming of everything at E3 and more game talk and play. Bye!